We have a theme song. Brittany Dent is on the podcast, everybody. Shirts in the pool. Brittany Dent, welcome to the show.
Yay! I'm so excited to finally be here.
Thank
Hell
you.
Yeah.
So
We're excited to have you on the
Yeah,
podcast.
seriously. Yes. Are you ready for our theme song?
I honestly can't wait.
Have you heard it?
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Shirts in the pool. Shirts in the pool.
We don't want to talk.
Hey.
Two guys get in the pool.
What?
They've got shirts on in the pool.
Hell yeah, we got shirts on in the pool. Two guys get in the pool. We got shirts on.
Wow.
Welcome to the pool, Brittany Dent.
Respectfully, Kendrick has to give the Grammy back.
Hey.
That was an incredible song.
Damn.
See, it's always one or the other. Like, that's the greatest theme song.
No, it's
or
fantastic.
That is a dog.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
we don't.
Watch out, Kendrick. We coming for your
Yeah,
ass.
he's got to give it back. That the only other time I've ever said that was there's this little girl who's like singing with her father.
Yeah.
And she's like just making up words, and she's
Nice.
like, "You can be a Waji Chob again," and I'm like, "Yes, this is fantastic."
That's beautiful.
Get the Grammy back from Kendrick. Let's do it. Start the campaign
Let's
right
do.
now.
No, I absolutely want to do it.
Yeah, hell
this is
yeah.
Great.
How's it going?
It's going great.
We've been talking about, we just heard you talk about the squirrel, Nicodemus.
R.I.P. Nicodemus.
R.I.P. Name of the episode. Boom.
People are like, what are you guys talking about?
So you said that this was a squirrel that you and your sister saved?
She was my cousin.
Did you
but
have sisters?
I have 3 younger sisters.
You're the
and
oldest.
I'm the oldest. Yeah.
Nice. Me
And
too.
I'm the oldest of all the grandchildren.
Shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
the most special.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
most favorite.
Yeah.
That's
I was
a-
the oldest in I think I was the only kid in maybe 8 or 9 years
Oh, okay. Nice.
to a point where it was like that. So
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And which is weird because then you just get used to people being like, I remember you. And I'm just like,
Yeah. Yeah. So you have a big family.
huge family.
Huge
Yeah,
family. And you're from here in this Atlanta area?
Ish. I mean, I've lived in Atlanta longer than I've lived literally anywhere else in my whole life. But I was born in Virginia and my extended family's from Clarksville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What was that like growing up?
I mean, I grew up kind of in coastal Georgia for
Yeah.
like 9 or 10 years, I think. And that was it was in an army town, Fort Stewart,
Yeah.
with my grandparents and my cousin, and it was great. Also, terrible. It was
Why?
I mean, not terrible. It was just very it's every single television stereotype of small town. Army town,
Really?
religious, go to church every day,
yeah.
like literally all of that.
Did you go to church? You had to go to church a bunch growing up?
Yes, my grandparents have never been a part of an organization that they were not eventually in charge of. So, so we were always because my granddad was always the chairman of the deacon board of every
Nice.
church. he's ever
Yeah,
been in.
that's cool.
My grandmother, same thing. They were
Yeah.
always starting a committee. All these other. My grandfather passed away in December, and my grandmother. It's May now, so she's just ended all these. Every single committee wants to do a ceremony, have a moment to celebrate,
sure.
and it's May, and she's been going
It's like a tour.
literally every couple of weeks
Yeah.
throughout the Southeast.
Wow.
It's insane.
Well, is that must feel for you? Are you I mean, y'all had a great relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
It's great. It's fantastic. It's but it's one of those things where yes, because even at his did not mean for this to be about my grandfather's funeral.
No,
but
no.
no, but
That's
there was
what we're here for.
There was state senators there and
No
there's
way.
3
Damn.
mayors of the town
yeah.
that they live in.
You should have done a set.
It's I ended up hosting the wake.
Did you?
Oh,
I
nice.
did, which was random. But yeah, so it was just kind of one of those things where it's okay, now there's this program that's doing this. And
Yeah.
every once in a while I see a thing and it's who are these people that are doing a thing? And it's just constant.
Yeah.
So so we were, long story short, in church, in committee meetings, in all these things all the time when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But then also being let's go play in the woods because we're in coastal Georgia and there's nothing else.
Right. So what do you do when you're out there? I mean, you mean the woods and saving squirrels and stuff?
Yeah, no, yeah, we were literally, there was a lot of that. There was a lot of just,
Were you near the beach?
it's Hinesville's 45 minutes to an hour away from like Savannah.
Okay.
Savannah
Okay.
Tybee kind of thing.
Okay.
So we were near enough that we would go very frequently.
Yeah. One of the questions we always ask is like, have you worn a shirt in the pool?
Yes.
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 Okay.
That was the thing, my family too, we were assigned shirts to wear in the pool.
Shut up.
Nice.
For like, well, just like at a certain point, and it didn't even necessarily have to be because of body size. It was frequently for girls. Like,
Right.
you get to
To
an
cover
age that you
yourself.
have to wear a shirt in the pool.
Interesting.
Which I'm like, I don't know that.
Modesty.
Thank you. That's the word I was.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And I don't know that. It's like, is that where that like fetish came from of the wet t-shirt contest? Like, I don't know what it is, because it's like, I don't know why anyone thought that putting a shirt on
Yeah.
really does anything.
covers.
Yeah.
It doesn't cover much
Because it sticks to
It
you
gets
still.
sticky,
It's
yeah.
Still, and you're
and,
like,
and there's like an unwritten law that it has to be a white shirt in the pool.
If it's a girl, yeah.
Really? No. I'm
I don't know.
I would never wear a white shirt.
I would
in the pool.
never wear
I'm
a
like,
white
you just
shirt.
see my nipples and shit, and I'm like, nah.
But
See, I feel like everybody that I remember wearing shirts in the pool, they were always white.
my mom's
Even guys.
partner she would wear a white shirt with a wife beater underneath. I remember, yeah. Like
Yeah.
she'd get out, I would be like, wow, I could see the wife beater.
I feel like if I saw somebody wearing like a brown shirt in a pool, I'd be like, this person was pushed in.
Yeah, that's
They weren't
true
supposed
too.
to
That's
be
a
there,
good
you know
point.
what I mean?
Also,
It's
the
like-
brown shirt. So now we've mentioned before how like if you go to like a big and tall store, like
Yeah.
they actually have like
Pool shirts?
Pool
Yeah.
shirt.
I
Like,
love that.
So I love that now. It's like, no, this is a shirt. We've thought about merch too. A shirt that says like, this is my pool shirt.
I love that.
Do you think so? We were talking to our friend Drew about this, right? I feel like going to the beach, I saw a lot of black people that kept their shirts on versus where I feel like more like it was. Do you feel like black people keep their shirts on in the pool more than, or at the beach more than white people?
What a
For
fantastic.
sure. I do
Okay.
think that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's true for sure. Yeah. I don't know why.
I don't know
That's
why that is. I
interesting
don't
now
know why
because-
that is either.
Yeah. I never put that together, but you saying that, I'm like, yeah, no, that checks out 100%.
I'm like, why? They're wearing shirts. They're wearing shirts.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but it's not even necessarily a bigger thing because I see plenty of skinny black people at the beach. wearing
Yeah.
shirts.
I remember like, because we would go to Florida every year, a couple times a year also, just because it was so close. And I remember like, I feel like that the phrase like no shirt, no shoes, whatever became a thing because there were so many people. I remember being a kid going to the grocery store and seeing people without shirts on
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
at the grocery store.
I feel like seeing
White
people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it was just like, and I feel like that's when they were like, no, you do have to wear a shirt in our establishment.
Mm-hmm.
And then that became like the counter. I don't know.
Yeah.
No shirt, no shoes, no problem.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if
problem.
that's true or if that's just me noticing things at different times in my life. But I remember being a kid being like, there are people here without shirts on. And I didn't know that was allowed.
See, I was a big kid, so I remember, yeah, growing up, like everyone, my mom would be like, I remember growing up, like my mom and everybody that I would go to sleep over. They'd be like, why don't you take like you're high, take your shirt off and you go to sleep. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, you sleep with your shirt on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cover up.
Yeah. When I was a kid, yeah, I was a pajamas kid for sure.
Were you? Yeah, no. So like even now I'm thinking just like even like that, like to wear a shirt and shirts in the bed, baby.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Shirts
this is
doing
going-
like lawn work also.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Yeah.
notice I think it's also cultural for some people to not
Yeah.
wear shirts while they're mowing the lawn.
That's true too. Yeah, and like, but I'll see like certain white, like if especially about like the country.
Yeah.
like they have
Yeah.
no shame.
Nothing.
Yeah,
No shame.
which is interesting because they don't. I mean,
It is a certain kind of person that does do the shirtless lawn thing.
Yeah.
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 You
I don't
know
if
you
nobody in Buckhead's taking their shirt off and doing their own lawn.
I'm talking about Blairsville, Georgia, LJ.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Jasper.
Yeah, I think people move to LJ and Jasper specifically so that they can do that.
Yeah.
That's why they leave Buckhead and go to LJ.
Dude, cigarette just hanging out their mouth, like ash kind of like right here. So like growing up, if you're wearing like when you're being told to like you wear a shirt, like because at a certain point you weren't wearing a shirt and then you have to wear a shirt in the
Yeah.
pool. Was that
I have a specific memory about being yelled at for not wearing a bra, and that was my first like acknowledgement that I had boobs as a
yeah.
kid.
Yeah.
Because I remember somebody like yelling at me at what was it called? Youth for Christ. I think it was
Okay.
on a Monday night
Yeah.
at church, and they were like, "Where's your bra?" And I was like, I don't own one. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And that was like the first.
Yeah.
And then it was like a whole thing where it was like, oh man, now we got to go get this. And I felt like I was like, I don't know why I'm in trouble. I don't, now as an adult, I'm like, I didn't have the ability to go purchase them. That wasn't,
Yeah, of course
you know
not.
what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
it was just like one day, like, oh my God.
And
it
it's
was
just like you're
what?
buying this thing that you
Yeah, I just woke up one day and I was in trouble.
Yeah.
So like
It's a weird consciousness thing.
It's a weird consciousness thing. And so
Yeah.
around that time is obviously where it was like, and put a shirt on before you get in the pool.
Wow.
So yeah,
Yeah. Interesting.
it's weird.
Did that like start to make you more self-conscious?
Yeah, I mean, yes, it made me very self-conscious and like aware. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I do think that I was a little bit of a tomboy.
Okay.
My grandmother was our Girl Scout leader.
Yeah.
And she was also my uncle's like den mother or whatever.
Oh, nice.
And
yeah.
we're off of a military base. So my Girl Scout troop was very boyish. Like
Okay.
we were cross stitching and selling cookies and shit, but then we were also like learning how to cook out of mess kits.
Okay.
When we went camping.
See, that's tight.
And like, learning how to like roll up our tent and
That's
our
like
sleeping
Leslie
bag
Nope's Girl Scouts.
it was very that, what is it? The Pawnee goddesses?
Oh.
Yeah.
It was very that. Like we were
Yeah.
learning how to do all of
Okay.
those things. Like kind of at the same time.
Yeah.
So I feel like I was a tomboyish kind of kid for a long, long time. And then it was like, no, you are a girl.
Yeah.
Figure that out.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, as you get older and stuff, like, I mean, are you like rebelling against that later? I mean, I don't know. Does that make sense? Like,
Like,
how do you,
how so?
or I guess I'm like, so I know that's a weird question. So when you're not in the pool and stuff, like, how are they talking to you about?
Oh yeah, it was bad everywhere. I think that's also why I hate improv, was because I was in improv in high school.
Oh, really?
shit.
And I was in improv. Okay, my high school is in a community that's been gerrymandered several times. So there's a lot of different demographics of people that were at that school at one time.
Yeah.
But there is also an LDS church across the street.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Mormons.
So the theater department was almost exclusively Mormons.
No way.
And then like
That sounds fun.
and then like me and like one other black girl.
Nice.
And but it was literally everyone else was Mormons.
Oh man.
And so we would do
Are there a lot of black Mormons?
No, they were white Mormons.
All white Mormons.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
And
They didn't
then
even allow black people to be Mormons until like the 80s or something.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
yeah, well, you were allowed to be, but you just had to it was baked into the
You had to get a wreck.
it was baked into the religion that you were a second class citizen as a black person.
I remember growing up seeing this like video, and it was like, the skin color was like based
It's
on
a
like,
punishment for how the
Yeah.
angels
Yeah.
reacted in the war against Lucifer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
That's wild.
Crazy
My-
to know that after people heard that in the 80s, they were like, or like in the 70s and 60s and stuff, and they were like, I'll still be a Mormon. I'll still be a black
Yeah.
Mormon. And
Joseph
like,
Smith, he was onto something then.
yeah. You're right. It's weird. So,
They also
yeah,
have
so it
big
was-
white robes.
yeah,
so,
that's true.
In the pool.
And yeah, in the pool.
Sorry.
But it was a lot of Mormon improv about boobs, which
No way.
was really.
What do you mean?
Oh, it was like
About your boobs?
yeah, like about the
What?
fact that I had boobs. Like anytime, like we would be doing improv in like theater class,
Yeah.
and
That's
then
the
I
only
would
time they get to say boobs, probably.
literally,
Something
I would like
that.
walk on
Yeah.
stage, and then they'd be like, "Wow, the milkmaid is here."
Shut up.
Or they would be like, "Wow, Bessie the cow joined us on stage."
Yeah,
Like
Bessie
literally
the
that,
cow.
and it was just always because it would always be like boob related improv.
No.
I
and
would
I
have
was just
fucking been
like-
so pissed if they were doing that to me.
I really
I would've
hated
been
it.
When they
mad.
would do that, and then the teacher's like,
She was like, yes, and no, literally. She would be like,
Yes.
Brittany,
she'd
why
be
did
like,
you not play your log?
okay, well now you're dropping the scene. So like, what are we doing here? And it was just
Jesus.
like, okay.
no way.
I unpacked that on the subway with Angel last year, and I was like, that's why I hated improv so much when I was a kid.
Damn, how long did you do it?
I mean, not for fucking long.
Okay.
I was a theater kid. But if I could help it, I'd be like, when's the play? When are the words that
Yeah.
are pre-written coming out?
Yeah.
Give me some words that we're all allowed to. We've all agreed that these are the words that we're going to say on stage.
That'd be so.
from
that'd be
now
so,
on.
Yeah.
That'd be so frustrating. Yeah, I would have hated that.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
No, I mean that's like you're like alone or something. I mean, or yeah, like you're literally.
And it's like, and then that's the thing too, is like, because it's a bunch of Mormon kids, it's like in theater class, the classes aren't separated by grades.
Yeah.
So it'd be like a bunch of kids and then their sisters and then their friends' sisters and then me and one other black girl.
No way.
So it was like, okay, well, here you go. Let's focus on you now. And it was like, oh, okay.
God.
All right.
What how did you like deal with that?
I don't know.
Did you fuck anybody up?
No.
No. Or did you roast them?
I mean, I kind of would, I think. I would
Yeah.
a little bit, but not much because, I still wanted to be like, please cast me in the play.
Yeah.
Like,
Are
I
you a
still
people
wanted
pleaser?
to be. I used to be.
Yeah.
I used to be real bad. And then I was like, you know what sucks?
Yeah.
This. And now
Yeah.
I'm super not.
Yeah.
Now I'm the other way. Because like now I think the questioning of why am I allowing myself to feel uncomfortable to make you comfortable?
Yeah, that's a great question.
That happens for me a lot more automatically now.
Yeah.
And that's taken a long time.
Yeah.
But back then, 100%.
No way.
I'd be like,
Man, I
okay,
feel like-
if that's what you want to say to me, I guess I'll.
That's a minority
Do the
thing.
same.
Dog, I'm just like, well, that's a minority. It's like you can't, like that's how it is.
Well,
You
and
just
especially
you
in
take
like a-
shit and you're like,
yeah.
I can't say anything about it.
Yeah, especially
unless
if you're
I'll be
in
ousted.
certain dynamics and like, situate like truly if because otherwise you have to be the one black girl in the class that's throwing a tantrum every day.
Yeah, you got to be Yamanika
And how God
out
is that
there.
exhausting? You know what I mean? And
yeah.
everyone's going to be like, what's your problem? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's just, that's exhausting. Nobody
Yeah.
wants that. So you pick one early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But you don't have to stick with it. That's what I've learned. You can decide, you know what? Actually, I am going to start fucking
Yeah.
pushing back. And I've
Okay.
been doing that. And that's why people are like, oh, I think Brittany hates me. And I'm like, I don't hate you. You probably just said something weird. And then I just was like, that was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
There's sometimes and just like a boundary, or it's just like
yeah.
yeah.
It's like, you don't have to be weird forever. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that moment
Yeah.
was weird.
That-
You know what I
we
mean?
can,
Like,
we can make changes.
I've had multiple
Let's
weird
adjust.
moments with Brittany, and we're still cool. It's super.
very cool.
I have weird moments with everybody, and they're always just like,
we
"That's
all
Mike."
do.
Yeah,
Everybody
all the
does. You
time.
know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's just like, I just feel like a lot of times with people pleasers, it's like, if I think about it so much
Yeah.
that you don't even have to think about it anymore, that's imbalance.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody needs to be thinking about it
That's so.
a little bit,
Yeah.
On my
like-
triathlon a couple weeks, this is how bad of a people pleaser I can be. I feel like maybe I did need to quit, but I was feeling so sick. But there's also, so I was like in the back. We actually haven't talked about this yet on the pod, but like,
Yeah. I
I was in the back of we'll get back to you, but I was in the back of the podcast. I'm sorry, the back of the group on the bike. And since I was on the back, the like cop escort or whatever is on like my back tire, like on like a 4-wheeler.
Huh.
Yeah, I know. And every time we pass like the volunteers, he's just like, last one. And so I'm just biking the whole time. And like, I'm not being able to bike the way I'm like biking for him. Like, I'm just
Yeah.
like out of like, I don't want to inconvenience
I don't
this
want to-
man.
yeah.
Like having to,
God.
is he not able to pull on the throttle as hard as he'd like to on his 4-wheeler? And then finally I was just like, all right, I'm done. I'm going to go back.
Yeah.
You're going to catch up to the next dude and be his tail.
Yeah, dude.
But
And that's what I'm saying. And it's like, that guy probably was just like, yeah, no, I do this all the time. This is
I
literally my
know.
job. But, and it's
I
like,
created I assume an inconvenience to
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
so, but it's like, yeah, you got to give yourself a break.
No,
You know what I mean?
I wish everybody
Yeah.
would stop coming on this podcast and telling me that, but
I'm telling you that, but I'm also telling me that
Yeah.
all the time.
Good.
So that's
Yeah.
why the only reason that I say that, because that's what I'm pretty chill out. It's all
so
right.
when you're getting those like comments or jokes or like improv suggestions or whatever, I guess like how do you in the moment you have to do the scene or whatever, but like in
Yeah.
those other situations, like how are you playing that? Or like we've talked before how like for us, we were bigger guys, so any kind of jokes like that, like you either are like
Compartmentalize that shit.
you're like I'm funny, or
Yeah.
or like you take it personally and I don't know.
I don't
or
know.
like
I
show
feel
them
like-
that it hurts you or
I feel like it depended on the situation,
yeah.
because if it's like,
Bojack.
if it depended on the situation, because like if the situation it depended on how secure I felt in that situation.
Yeah.
So because there were places where I felt at home or I felt like in control, so where I could speak up a little bit.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah.
supported, I feel like you're way more willing to be able to like fuck you.
Yeah. But I would say probably less. I felt that way in less places than I do now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because now I'll just be like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
like, and it happens a lot now still. Like sometimes people I don't know will try to hug me, which I just think is weird. Like if you say that
Right.
Yeah.
to somebody, if you're like, I'm a hugger, that at
Ew.
least, here's the thing though, that at least gives the other person to be like, well, I'm not.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So you at least have that
That's true.
moment, but
Yeah.
you definitely get a lot of people, and I get that a lot, especially too, doing stand-up comedy, hosting a show.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes people see me a lot of times, and I was the person that was on stage the first time they did stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
So I'm super seared in their memory.
Yeah.
Sure.
In a way that they're not, because I do this every
Right.
Monday and Tuesday. You know what I mean? So they'll have like a little familiarity.
Yeah.
And then they'll want to go in for a hug. And then I'll just be like, I'll just put the hand out.
Pump
Yeah.
brakes, soldier.
And then I'll just do the little fist bump.
This bump's great.
And I try to do that as a kind way of being like, coming in hot, chief.
Yeah.
But we're still cool.
Coming in hot.
And then a lot of people get mad because I did that to them.
Yeah.
I can
then
see a
they
lot of
wanna-
people being
reject
offended
me.
by
And then
that.
they want to call me out for that. And I'm like, you tried to hug a stranger.
Yeah.
We don't know each other like that. What do
At
you-
all. I do not know you.
Yeah.
I do not know your name.
And even if y'all knew each other, y'all could have been best friends, and you could have still decided to set that boundary right then and there, and that's
Yeah.
your decision. Like,
Yeah.
that's totally okay.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, is I've also been that person, because I've been that person who's hugged people
Yeah.
and didn't even think
Yeah.
that they didn't want to hug.
Yeah.
And it's like, but now as we all learn more, we can grow from that.
Yeah.
And we do better. That's what we're
Right.
supposed to do.
That's
Yeah.
100%.
So, now it's
Those are
just
those
like-
weird moments you were talking about that we eventually like move on. We're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, that was weird, but
and it's
I
like,
learned.
yeah. And that's the thing is like, yeah, for years I would just be like, oh, this person I don't know is hugging me,
Yeah.
and then
And you
I'm
let
feeling
it.
uncomfortable, and then they don't have to think about it at all.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no,
If
we're
I-
going to have a little bit of an uncomfortable moment here where I'm just going to be like, no, thank you. But we're still cool.
Right.
And then move on. But that's what people don't like. People don't like you speaking up about it.
I forget about the we're
The
still
uncomfortable
cool part.
moments, dog.
I know that's a big thing going on right now at work that I'm,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
I want to normalize uncomfortable conversations.
That's literally what
Every
I
day.
talked about. Yeah.
Everybody needs to be a little bit more uncomfortable, because
Yeah.
what's happening right now is there's a ton of people who are super, super, super uncomfortable. And then a couple of people that are just like, what's your problem?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like,
So
no,
what is your
everybody needs to
problem?
just take a minute and be like, I am not
Yeah.
the main character in every situation.
Yeah.
Other people exist and are allowed to
It's
have
just
feelings.
self-awareness. Like,
Just try.
Yeah.
Just give it a shot.
Yeah.
Just like willing to think about somebody else's perspective. even.
Just willing to acknowledge that they might have a perspective.
yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like I've had. So the problem is, it got to the point where these situations would keep happening, and it would drive me insane. Like I've had a couple of times, like dudes will hug me over arm,
Damn.
and dudes don't always stay up with the hygiene, and then they just leave stench on my
God.
arm.
Oh, hell
And
no.
it's like, how many more times in my life am I going to suffer through that?
Yeah.
When I could just be like, hey.
Chill, dog.
As a dude, I'm just like, I let them initiate, and then I'm like, or
Yeah.
unless we like really know each other.
But there's
You know,
nothing
it's
wrong with
there's-
like if you meet somebody or you see somebody and you're not really sure how you are, if you just do like this and then
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a great signal. Like
it's not even, you don't even have to, that's the
And
hacky
they-
comedian. Oh, what do I gotta ask for consent for everything?
I know, right?
Yes, you do, but you don't have to sit down and have somebody. You can just
Called
be like,
body language, you fucking
literally,
moron.
Yeah.
exactly. You could just walk up to somebody and be like, and then they can be like, hey, or they
Yeah.
can hug you
Yeah.
back. Like we can go back to
read
that.
a person's
Yeah.
face when they see you that
Let's-
they're happy to see and what they, you know what I mean? It's
Yes.
so easy,
Yes, yes,
it
yes.
really is.
Very
Oh,
simple.
they're stoked to see me. They're
Right.
like that.
Right. So we need to go back to having a little bit more of that.
Yeah, I agree.
How do we do that? I wonder. Well, I guess, yeah, it is like really just confronting people.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the only thing that's going to work is
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
because Bill Burr said if we had a plague, it would all get fixed, but he was wrong.
Yeah,
So I think we're gonna have to
Super
actually
wrong.
start
I guess we
talking
need
to
a
each
worse
other.
Yep.
We're gonna have to be like, hey,
Just put it through ChatGPT first.
Yeah,
and
literally,
then-
yeah.
yeah.
ChatGPT will tell us.
oh my God.
Fuck that.
My best friend.
Asking a robot to how to talk to other people.
I'm trading my
Robot,
AI
how do you be more human?
It's insane. Every day it's like, how do I tell my boss I don't wanna? And it's like, what are we doing?
Here's what's scary was it gave me, it helped me with something the other day, and then I was like, yeah, but can you make this more sound human? And it did.
That's what's sad is it's actually working. But I'm
Yeah.
like, every time we rely on those things, like it's the same
It's
thing about
less-
how like I don't know how I couldn't get home from here.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Well,
Google Maps
we gotta
takes
get off the
me everywhere.
We got to get off the GPS. That's all I'm saying.
But the fact that GPS, I mean, even like
Remember
speed dial,
MapQuest?
remembering numbers.
Dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
I still don't know his fucking phone number.
I
and
don't
he's
know my
emergency
mother's phone
contact.
number. I do not know my mother's phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
My mom,
I don't think I do either.
They don't live in the same house. The only home phone number that I have, or that I had and did remember from like fucking kindergarten, is
Yeah.
disconnected now.
Yeah.
Nobody has that. Everybody's got cell phones. I don't know anybody's fucking number.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we used to.
Yeah.
And it's like the more we take away those little skills and give them to the computer. And that's why I'm like
Matt, yeah.
that's why AI for me is a hard stop. I'm
Really?
like, because it's just gonna get so much. Now
love it.
now we're not even talking to each other anymore. It's like we're gonna,
Dude, I'm honestly fine
we're gonna
with
just
it.
be grunting
Have
again.
you talked to
and
Tank lately? It's just bikes.
you can't.
I'm like, all right,
blame
dude, I'm gonna go talk
Tank
to
for
Dennis.
your dependence
Yeah.
on AI. It's because of this guy.
Hey, ChatGPT helps you with, I go think about DoorDash. I'm like, hey, I'm thinking about DoorDash. And it's like, that sounds terrible, Mike. You're
Not ChatGPT therapy. Oh no.
I have a real therapist, but I'm down for this.
Here's the thing:
therapy.
ChatGPT therapy is on call 24/7.
That's what people don't get. I'm
No,
like,
it's right
hey,
there.
I
It's right
have
there.
to manage it somehow at
Yeah.
some certain moments, or like be like, I should not
Yeah.
send this text, right?
Or I
And
gotta
it'll be
wait
like,
2
don't.
weeks to talk to Sheila. Like
Yeah.
nobody has time for that.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That's fair.
Were you in therapy at all growing up
No.
or later?
No, I am now. Well, I
Okay.
was until I got poor again. But
Yeah.
I'm a big proponent of therapy.
Cool.
I think that everybody, I don't think that there's anything that's going to come from just stopping and thinking about something from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Everybody's very sure that they're correct
Yeah.
about a lot of things. And it's like, just
Hold
for a
on.
minute,
Hold
That's
on.
what I hate. Like, you're that sure.
you're so sure. You're so
damn.
sure that you remember exactly how it went down, and this person meant it this way.
Yeah.
And they meant it that way because they hate me. And it's like, or you
Right.
know what I mean? Like
multiple perspectives.
there's so many
at
other
play.
things it could be. And then it's like, and so you're like, well, that person did this. They did it to me because they hate me. And so now I have to attack them. And it's like,
You're projecting.
you're doing a lot,
Right.
And I feel like everyone can benefit from somebody else being like, or,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I mean?
This is what your brain is doing.
And exactly, your brain is doing this. Your
Yeah.
brain is telling you to do this. And somebody else would say, hey, let's think about it this way, until your brain starts being like, or, and then you're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
in the moment. And then it grows. And then maybe you don't need it forever,
Right.
but everyone could to stop and think about things in a different way.
For sure.
Every fucking person on the goddamn planet.
Yeah. I think it's smart. I mean, it's like, with our whole, we publicize our journeys and stuff like that. Like if
Yeah.
we weren't doing that stuff at the same time,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think, and I think it's so crucial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's really important. And especially now when we're like, just, there's so much coming at us from all different fucking angles
Yeah.
Yeah.
that nobody really had to deal with in generations before.
Yeah.
You know what I
30
mean?
years before.
Right. Yeah. So
We got
it's
new
like,
problems.
we got new problems every fucking couple years.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? A whole new thing that we didn't even think about. So it's helpful to have somebody that's like a non-biased, or they're supposed to be non-biased person who's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
maybe they aren't attacking you.
Right. Especially we're in our 30s, right? You're in your 30s.
Sure. Start that rumor.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I'm 41.
Nah.
Yeah, I am.
Shut the fuck
I'll be
up.
42 in August.
Damn.
I always forget. I have to think about the numbers again.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up?
Nice.
41, you said? Okay. Dang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's up? Okay.
It's great.
41. So, yeah. All right. Let's fast forward from high school to college.
Yeah, I went to Georgia Southern.
Oh,
Ooh,
shit.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you
So
go to-
I was in coastal Georgia, moved up here for like 4 years for high school, and then went back down for Georgia Southern.
Everybody that I know that went to Georgia Southern got kicked out for selling weed.
I did not get kicked out for selling weed. I did drop out, but I
Okay,
did
nice.
not get kicked out for selling weed.
So you got, I mean, at least
That's
you
only two. I only know two people.
really.
I mean, almost every person I know from Georgia Southern that's a comic at least dropped out
Yeah.
Did
for
you?
one reason or another.
You said you did? Mm-hmm. Okay.
It is
Yeah.
flat and hot in Statesboro.
And muggy.
Ew.
It's real wet
Yeah.
in the air.
What was that like going there? And just so that shift from being like, because it kind of sounds, was that a big shift going from like this small town army, you're in church a lot, now you're on your own.
Yeah.
And also not around white Mormon kids. You punks.
Still a lot of white kids. Not
yeah,
as many
it's a lot.
You
Mormons.
crackers. I'm just kidding. You crackers.
We can't monetize this anymore, Mike. What the fuck?
Man.
Oh, shit. I don't
We just lost our Tesla sponsorship.
Dude.
Dang it. Yeah.
buy the shirts on our website when that happens.
I think that's when I started to be like, everything doesn't have to be the way that I thought it needed to be, I guess. 'Cause like I was always a theatrical kid.
Okay, yeah.
And so, and I always like that's the other thing is I did kind of secretly always want to be a stand-up comedian, but I was just like, I can't be one. That's not an option.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got to figure out something else. So I had like all these other little side quests that I was going to do in order to get me in proximity.
Yeah.
But I also loved theater and stuff. So I went to school. I was originally at school for education. I was going to be an English teacher
Shit.
and then go to a high school somewhere and then be like, also I can teach theater.
Yeah.
And then that would be my thing.
Yeah.
But then I was just like, no, I'm going to be a theater major. And then I did that instead, which was much better because
Better than a high school improv and stuff.
I didn't want to be in high school forever. I
Yeah.
didn't want to be teaching high schoolers.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. What a weird, not weird, but you had to like go back, basically put yourself back in that same environment. Not that it would be
Literally,
different, but like,
well, no, literally the reason that I wanted to is I was like, the only thing I had in high school was theater.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll be the lady that can help the kids that this is the only thing that they have. And I'm just like, or,
that is beautiful.
well, I mean, it was really more
Now
of a
you
place
do that
of,
for our heartless comedians in
that's on
Atlanta.
accident. I don't want to be a safe space for anybody. No, I'm just kidding. No, it
Don't
was
open
really
up
out
to
of
me.
a place of desperation. It was just like, I wanted life to be so much different than what it was.
Yeah.
And then, but I was just like, it can't be, I don't have to be a fucking teacher. I could just be an actor and I could just be like, I can just do all those things. And so I just was like really leaning more into that kind of stuff. And then, and I've had day jobs the whole time, but then sometimes it's like, I lean more into the day job and I'm like miserable. And it's like, oh yeah, because this is not what I'm supposed to be focused on.
Yeah.
So, and then I found stand up, luckily.
Right.
Got there.
That was
And-
about over 7 years ago.
Yeah, it'll be 8 in December.
8.
It's
Okay,
crazy.
cool. Hell yeah. Congrats.
So, but yeah, so it's like, that's when I started to just be like, I was like, my life is obviously going to be different
Yeah.
from other people's lives
Yeah.
for one way or another. So I was like, let me choose which ones that I can try to focus on at least.
Yeah.
And so that's when I started thinking that way, at least, was in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you act much like after college? Are you like when you get out? Are you like I'm gonna be an actor?
Yeah. Well, when I quit, I got a job at Six Flags, like in the entertainment.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Like it was weird. We had like, they had shows at Six Flags.
Yeah.
And so I was in.
'Cause I think a
some
dude
of those.
Tim does those like Wild West shows. Tim,
Yeah.
Gonzalez
Andrew Chance and
Oh, yeah.
Josh Morris too.
Yeah.
Because I was in a sketch group with them a long time ago.
Oh, nice.
And then they did that there.
How was working at Six Flags doing the shows?
I mean, for me, it was exciting because I was also waiting tables in the off seasons or like whenever things were, not happening. But it was like, I'm getting money for being an entertainer.
That's pretty cool.
So that's some pretty
It's like validating.
instant validation
Yeah.
for sure. You know what I mean?
For
So, it was like, yeah, this is a thing that can happen. I just have to figure out.
Right.
It's not, there's not like one path to success or whatever, you know? So it's like, there's all kinds of jobs for actors. And I was like, I just have to figure out how to do that and how to just make money being an actor
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff.
So what kind of like started that shift in mentality of just like, you know, I want to, like, I'm going to be an English/theater teacher for these kids. And now, but you know, and now you've shifted. I mean, you're much more confident and like you're in what, at least like, you know, what you're doing and like your path at least. And, or to start thinking that way about,
I mean, it's taken a lot. It's like a lot of different, there was never one day when I was just like, oh,
yeah,
you know, but it was definitely like just looking into it. I read a lot of books about people's stories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, just thinking about like, what are actors' lives like every day,
Yeah.
you know? Because when you start to think about that, you're like, okay, you know, does Brad, like I would literally think this way because I have an uncle who's an actor. And so it was like, when he would come to town to visit my grandmother, it would be like, oh, you know, he's going to her old job, and people are like, what is he doing? You know what I mean? It was like a thing. And so, and then like when, I don't know if you remember Ben Affleck and J-Lo part 1, when they were dating that first time around, and they ended up in this small town in Georgia because they were getting, I think it ended up being like fishing licenses or something for Isle of Wight, but everyone thought that they secretly got married.
Okay.
And it was in Liberty County. It was in Hinesville.
Oh, shit.
It was in the town I grew up in.
Yeah.
And so it was this huge thing where the press was like in Hinesville because J-Lo and Ben Affleck were there. And it's like, yeah, okay. So I started just thinking about it. I was like, okay, so does Ben Affleck go to the grocery store? And like, you know, and it's like, okay, yeah, there's also all these other people that are in this show that they're actors too. Okay, well, I could be one of those maybe, you know, that kind of thing.
Nice.
Theater, I would go see plays and stuff that would travel. And I was like, that was the thing I wanted to try. I was like, I want to try to get on like a touring show.
what kind of roles are you getting early on?
I wanted to.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, I love it. It's so cute. They've
cute.
got a little jungle gym going, and I just like, I was like, why is this cat so large? And it's like, oh, because he's, oh my God, that's adorable. Okay.
Oh, we got to tighten that one. Yep, we sure do.
Our bad, Bojack.
Okay, are you okay?
It's like, I'm just going to get a drink of water and walk it off.
I haven't seen that. Yeah, that's new. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, so I wanted to do musical theater primarily.
Okay.
So
are you singing?
Yeah,
You singing?
I was singing. I was singing.
Hit us with the
Shirts in the
No,
pool
I'm
theme
not
song.
singing
Hell
anything
yeah,
at
hit
all.
it.
But
one from Les Mis.
no,
I dreamed a dream. Do that one.
no, I'm not at all. What if I like just full on Susan Boyle
Please.
right now?
Oh,
Shirts in the
dude.
pool. That'd be so great.
Have you heard Doug Stanhope's bit about Susan Boyle?
No.
It's so funny. I'll send it to you later.
Please send it to me.
It's hilarious.
I think, but she's also like like I think about that all the time. It's like she could have been doing something different.
Yeah.
But people were like, no one does that, and it's like, well, some people do. Like, there's
Yeah.
ways to do it. There's ways to be a working actor and stuff.
The premise of his thing is basically just like no one would expect it from her because
Yeah.
she was ugly.
Yeah.
Like she was like basically
Yeah.
like they
Yeah.
bring out this beast and she sings and they're like, oh my God.
Well, it's a thing people don't think about too, because it's like people like you watch movies and stuff. I don't think people think really about everything that goes into movies and television and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, there's like actors who I remember being a kid and watching The Color Purple, which is something our people do to each other, and we should stop allowing children to watch The Color Purple.
He's not seen it.
Oh, good. It's
That's the best
incredible.
reaction. That's the best reaction.
Here's the
I've
thing.
That's the best reaction I've ever got. From
It's an
a black person.
incredible movie.
Thank you so much.
The musical's incredible. The play is incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah.
But I was a child and I should not have been watching that at
Yeah.
all. And I feel like it's so weird. Like I have a lot of like friends who like black women who have black husbands, boyfriends, whatever, and then they call them Mr. And I'm like, he was the abuser in that. You should not be calling your partner the name of an like
That's
it's
what-
insane.
yeah, that is strange.
But it's just because it's something that just as a child you were watching it and it seeped through and you shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
But I remember it's because like in that show it's like Whoopi Goldberg in the movie, and then the girl that plays young her. I remember being a kid being like, that the whole thing too is like Danny Glover and is her dad, and just like all these people just keep being like no, not Danny Glover's not her dad. Danny Glover's her husband. But him and her dad and like all these other people, the whole movie, the whole show is like, you're so ugly. You're so ugly. You so ugly. The whole thing. And it's like, I was like, oh my God, like, what if you were cast as the girl
Damn.
that everyone was calling ugly?
I remember growing up thinking like how I would feel about being the fat kid, and I'm like, you know, like when I would see like a fat kid be like,
That is what they put the name as, right? Like,
Yeah.
ugly girl number 3.
No.
you know, the fat
No,
kid-
but literally, no, they will. They'll put that in there. And
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's just, yeah, it's like.
Was
if
it
you're-
Lysandra like the cast as like the
Oh, something.
fat girl number 2 or something?
That's
I don't
crazy.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yes.
Yeah.
Like Lace has that joke about Bridget Jones's Diary.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking true. And it's like Renee Zellweger.
Yeah.
And she was like
whopping
120 pounds or something. And the whole premise of the thing is how fat she is and how
Right.
fat and disgusting she, it's that and Pride and Prejudice. But it's literally, it's like, instead of what if Lizzie was like a bookish little smart ass, it's like, what if she was fat?
God.
And it's like, she was never fat.
Yeah.
But it's like, you have to be cast and you have to be like, okay, well, let me look like this and just be okay with everyone. Be okay with making money with everyone in the whole world watching this thing about how fat and ugly I am.
Yeah, that's strange.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I guess I haven't thought about that side of acting as much, but just like that, like you know, when you do stand up, I'm not really putting my body out there for like discussion or even like decision or like make and break. But like if you're going up for a role and stuff, you know,
Yeah.
they're looking at you like, oh, well, she looks this way, or
You better
know,
match that headshot.
yeah, and things like that.
Well,
and,
when
like-
you're a woman in comedy, you are.
Oh,
Because
that's a great point.
your
Yeah,
opinions,
sorry,
but no,
100%.
because your opinions are going to be weighed versus whether or not the person in the audience decides to say like, oh, well, she's ugly, she can't have that opinion.
Yeah,
Damn, yeah.
yeah.
It's a thing. Like I have a joke about dating or whatever, and I'm making the joke is about like how we're rating people on a number scale or whatever, and it's stupid. And it was like, you know, and like at the beginning of the joke, I'm like, everybody's a 7, that's normal.
Yeah.
And then I was like, but I'm going to date 3 3s in a trench coat. And then, and then it's a silly joke. But so then the company that like filmed it for this thing or whatever, they did this because I would never. They put that clip on Reddit. And I came across it on Reddit. And I was like, I don't want to be on Reddit. This is crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
And then the only time I saw it, there was only like 2 comments, and like one was like, haha. And then another one was like, great, 2s are looking for 7s now. And I'm like, okay,
Bruh.
Yeah.
whatever you will. I'm not a fucking 2. Like that's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like
Yeah.
let's not be crazy. But I was just like, but yeah, it's like, yeah, that's the lens that you're going through when you're a woman. Like
Yeah.
anytime a woman tells a joke about anything, if you read the comments, they're going to be like, ugly girls like that always think this, or hot girls always expect this. And it's like, it doesn't matter.
The amount of online hate y'all get is truly
It is.
so
I mean,
insane.
just sharing
Yeah.
a reel, you're opening. I mean, yeah, you're,
Tomorrow's posted about shit, even Shelly. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And it's like, it doesn't matter whatever your
Jen
joke
O'Neill,
is, or
someone repost like someone reshared Jen O'Neill's like reel and like as a story and even commented on it. Like it's crazy.
yeah, it's
sorry.
so it's like, it doesn't matter what the joke is or what,
Yeah.
or how well the joke is written or how poorly the joke is written. It's about that person's assessment of your body and your presentation in that moment.
How do you deal with that? Like handle that? I mean, I don't know.
fucking post
Yeah.
clips. I need to. I actually do need to, because I'm getting to the point where it's like, if you want to tour,
Right.
you need to be able to prove that you can sell tickets. And if like no one follows you, then you can't. And it's like, this is the hell we've built for ourselves. But
How do you like? Because it's like you got to do that for yourself, but then also doing it as a job too.
yeah,
Like, that's got to be tough.
it's very tough. It's really hard to do social media for work and then also do it for fun and then also do it for work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just too much.
Yeah.
It's annoying. I don't like it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how people deal with it.
Yeah.
I guess you just have to like,
How do you? Yeah, I mean,
Just gonna roast. Yeah, I guess you can't.
because there's never going to be, because first of all, the worst thing that ever happened to the internet is trolling, because then people always have an excuse for their terrible behavior.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just trolling. It's
joking.
just the internet. Why do you care? You shouldn't be taking it serious.
I didn't think they were gonna kill themselves.
you've been dealing with. I mean, that's literally what those kids.
Yeah.
they're just trolls. Like,
100%.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like this is.
And so it's like that's built in this this idea that you can say whatever you want because it's the internet and no one should really care. And it's like, yeah, but you should not have people like saying weird shit to you 100 times a day because will fuck with your brain.
Yeah.
It will fuck with your brain. And especially when it's like
it's repeated over and over and
it's repeated over and over again, but it's also about things that you can't help, but also things that you've created and also things that you like. You're doing this to get things that you want.
Right.
You have to put yourself out there to a certain extent because otherwise you can't be a professional comedian.
Yeah.
And then the other thing too is people will be like, well, if you can't take it, then you should just go get a job at Kinko's. And it's like, okay, well, I could do that, but you're going to find me in a bathtub with a toaster in 6 months. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, people are like, you shouldn't care, but it's like, how could you not?
Yeah.
How can you not?
There's this weird, it's just like, almost like, just because you can be a fucking asshole doesn't mean
and that's why I'm like trolling. It's
have
like,
to be.
But, and those people think that that's like a valid and acceptable way to engage with the internet.
Yeah.
And it's like, go create something.
Yeah.
Read a book and then talk about what you read in that book.
Like, go contribute something, and then we'll all like
take a picture of the food that you made today. That's more valuable than you being like, too bad she's fat. Like, it's just like, it's really sad.
Yeah.
And it's sad that so many people think that it's a valid form of expression to the point that it should be defended.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because now I feel like the comments, like people are going to the like someone's creating this thing and then they're like, well, let's see what people said about it.
Almost
versus the actual thing.
Video.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, sorry.
And I also think that people also will just get online and say trolly shit because they want everyone to like, how could you possibly say that? They want that.
Yeah.
Because they've got a humiliation fetish that they're not satisfying in other ways. And so then they're like, oh, look, this person's so mad. And it's like, go outside.
Yeah.
Play a video. I would rather you play. There's so many other things you could be doing right now.
Right.
This is not healthy.
Like join an improv group.
Well, all right.
That
We've
might
got
be
our
worse.
limits.
That might be
No,
worse, actually.
Just kidding. Don't do
JK
that.
improv.
Here's my thought about improv, right? I think that stand-ups are secretly jealous of improv because of the amount of laughter that they get.
You're probably right, dude. And the fact that they can go up every night and not do the same shit.
Yeah, some of them improvs be killing.
Yeah, they destroy and they sell tickets, dude.
Yeah, they sell
can pull
tickets.
people off the street.
They do. They sell tickets to all the people that have to pay to be in the class that they want to get to be on stage. Yeah, it's just
they're family members.
Laughing right into their.
Yeah,
it's a little bit of a circle jerk.
Yeah,
but I also respect improv. I have seen some incredible improv.
I do.
I've seen some of it. I'm like, okay, I get it. I get why people are doing this. And I also I respect people's right to do things poorly. Just get out there and do it.
True,
it's more
honestly.
important that you do it than it be good. I think that's true.
Yeah.
I think it's more important to like get out there and actually do it and try to be good than if it's not the best thing in the world, then it shouldn't be done.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah.
So
Better to have loved than lost than never loved at all.
literally. So yeah, like get out there and do your improv jokes for the same people over and over again all you want. I love that for you.
Yeah.
Because you're making something.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You're making something. You're creating something. You're attempting something. You're putting on a show. That is fucking fantastic.
That's true.
I might not come,
That's probably true. Also true.
but I will happily leave my seat open for somebody else who will come and enjoy it
Yeah.
and be inspired to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I want more of that in the world.
Yes.
I love that. That is a nice note. Hey. Brittany Dent, everybody.
Let me tell you something. I'm not terrible. I am pretty bad, but I'm
Hey.
not terrible all the time.
Why do you think you're terrible?
Nobody hates me more than me. Like that's kind of the point.
The self, oh no, dude. It's okay. The self. So I was gonna ask, like, are you a self-deprecating like comic? Would you call yourself that? Or
I don't think I am. I don't think that my comedy is very self-deprecating.
But would you consider yourself one of those like self-hating comedians?
Oh yeah, I know. I hate
Yeah,
myself a
yeah,
lot.
God
Yeah,
damn.
that's like
I hate
everybody
myself
though.
a lot for sure.
I don't think that's true. Everybody.
I feel like it's not true for everybody. I feel like there are some people who are like, oh no, I'm pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I would love to be one of those people.
Yeah.
I would love to know what that feels like.
Yeah. You're pretty cool. Hang out.
No,
You're fine.
you can do better.
Yay. It's okay.
But I'm not trying to be the worst person, and that's
Yeah.
all I can say. But
yeah, some people seem to literally be
some
trying.
people literally are like, you know what would be fun is if I was the worst version of any human being that you could ever name. Like the fact that Martin Shkreli was allowed to
That's
even
crazy.
exist, that man was insane.
He's coming on the podcast in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we actually,
I'm just kidding.
let's reach out to his
Listen,
lawyer.
put this. That's the episode. I want that to be a field episode of Shirts in the Pool.
Yeah.
But I want his shirt to be filled with 100 pounds of sand, and then you put it on, and then you put him in a 10-foot pool,
Now we're talking like a Mr. Beast
and
video.
then you leave. I'm just kidding.
How quick can we kill a pharma exec?
Oh my God. But he was literally just being like, people were like, why do you think it's okay that people are dying? And he's like, because it's cool. And it was like,
Yeah.
what? That's
Yeah.
your answer? And he was like, I'm being a villain though, because people don't understand me. And I'm like, this is not Batman.
This is cool.
Cut it out.
know.
That's wild.
It was weird. He was doing it on purpose. And it was like, and obviously he didn't feel that way, but that was what he wanted the world to think.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you're so weird. That's
God.
weird.
He should not go for the hug.
Oh, you should
Fist
go.
bump.
He can't get a fist bump.
He can't get a fist bump.
He gets one of
No.
these. Screw.
Yeah, no, he gets one of the. Like, you don't get anything.
Let me hear your Laughing Skull intro for Martin Shkreli. He's on the list.
This next person is Martin Shkreli.
No way.
I
Will
like how
introduce
you. I
people
like how you
that?
didn't
I
say.
100% would.
No way. Nice.
I would for that guy.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know. But have you done like? Do you?
I like how you didn't even say comic.
No.
You said
Oh, I would
this
not. I
next
wouldn't.
person coming
Next
to this
person.
Yeah. No, I would. No, I wouldn't.
You
I
don't give
wouldn't
him
call
any kind of
No, nothing.
no notoriety.
Nothing.
You might know this guy from this.
Show your love.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No. Wow.
If anybody laughs, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. It's Martin Shkreli.
Who's the worst comedian you've seen on stage yet? Name them in Atlanta. Who's them?
You don't have to do this.
I can't do that.
Just kidding. We both know who it is. I'm sorry.
And we probably do. No, the people who aren't funny and then are also mad that they're not being given things.
That's another self-awareness thing, though, too.
Right.
That's another. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, how could you be bad at this and also angry that people aren't wanting to see you do it more?
It's really looking inward.
Yeah.
Looking
Yeah.
inwardly, you know, it's tough.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard, especially when you know you're not going to like what you see in there.
Sometimes the worst part is just like when you get a couple laughs on the recording, and then you're like, oh, you hear this?
This is gold.
This is some good shit right here. I'm gonna do this for the next.
And here's the thing:
7 years.
if you get that, if you tell whatever joke, and you get 3 people that laughed at it, and you're like, man, that joke ripped. I'm gonna keep doing this, and you just keep doing comedy. Great.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But when you're like, 3 people laughed at that joke, and you motherfuckers don't appreciate how good at this shit I am. That's when I'm like,
Yeah.
you gotta go home.
Yeah.
I don't want you here no more because you are objectively bad and also you're angry, and I don't get why.
I haven't been back to the school since. Yeah.
I'm so glad you finally got it, Mike.
I'm trying to, every time I send an email and it just bounces back. I don't know.
I just feel like those are the people that it's like, you should hate yourself a little bit. If I am hating myself, you should be hating yourself a little bit too.
We're close to wrapping up, but that is something I think that's the difference in people that where I'm just like, what the fuck are you so happy about sometimes?
Right.
Or just like,
why
what?
are you acting like this when you also suck? I suck.
Yeah.
And I'm not acting like this. So you
Yeah.
don't have an excuse.
Yes.
You need to do
You
better.
don't get to be unaware, homie. I'm about to
No.
wake you up, dog,
Yeah.
and I'll let you know.
Put your head down and be ashamed like the rest
Yeah.
of us.
Yeah.
You weirdo.
You weirdos. What about the people that aren't weird? What do you have any last advice for them and going out into the world and stuff?
I mean, if you're
Maybe there's a young Brittany out there getting the worst prompts from Mormon improv troops.
okay, just because nobody who looks like you has done what you want to do before doesn't mean that you can't do it.
Hey, that's fire. Sorry.
That's number one.
Okay.
Just because you, whoever you are, if you really want to do something, just go fucking do it. And it does not matter what if other people are like, well, wait, nobody ever from your this or from your this, or like the way you look has ever done this in this way before. So you obviously can't. There's no market for it. Create a market for it.
Yeah.
People don't know what they like until they see it.
See that constantly here in Atlanta with our fellow
Yeah.
comedians.
Yeah. People do not know what they like until they see it. And so just do what you want to do. And like, don't try not to like fucking be a weirdo, but like do what you want to do and like actually try to build something for yourself. Just because it hasn't existed before doesn't mean that that's not a path that could ever possibly be created.
Right.
And the people who at least try, and sometimes they do it accidentally, but those people create these markets for themselves.
Yeah.
And then those people create those markets for other people that are like them to come through later. And then they take it and branch off into a whole different thing. So that is, I think, what is like the best thing about representation and all the stuff that we have now, is because so many people, it's like sometimes, especially like in the arts,
Yeah.
people will, and it's, you know, especially like if you're from a family that is from like minority in one way or another, you know, or lower income, or just like all those other kinds of things. A lot of what your family is telling you to do is based on their idea of your safety. So they're telling you not to do these things because they want you to be safe. But none of life is safe. So you may as well just try to do what you want to do.
Right.
You're going to be in danger one way or the other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, if you got to get a job at McDonald's on the weekends while you're figuring something else out, then fucking just do that.
do it.
But you don't have to just like say, well, I could never do this because no one else ever has.
Yeah. That's great.
Hell yeah.
This is what happens when you talk to me after we smoke weed.
Brittany
Hell
Dent.
yeah. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Giving us
seriously.
the wisdom.
Thank you for having me.
No, this is
I
fun.
love to
You have a
run
good
my
time?
yap on a microphone.
Hell yeah. We have, this is our podcast.
I love
You've
it.
been here now.
This is really
Hell
fun.
yeah.
You guys are fun.
Thank
Where,
you.
where can the people find you on the things, the social media?
I am on Instagram and TikTok for now, I guess.
Remember when it was
for the
going
next
away?
100 days? They're going to keep doing this next 100 days thing forever. It's going to be really annoying.
It's like student loans. I wish they did that.
Literally, they're going to be like, "Oh, it's open now, but it might go away." But anyway, I'm on Instagram and TikTok at Brittany Does Comedy Now. No matter what Lace says, I'll never change it.
Brittany does comedy now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be 20 years in, and it's going to say Brittany Does Comedy Now. I'm never changing it.
There we go.
So yeah, you can find me there, and I'm going to be better about putting all the places I'll be
Sweet.
on there.
Hell yeah.
And if you don't know me,
Yeah.
you can come give me a fist bump.
Oh,
Hey, hell yeah.
There we go. Hell yeah. Brittany Dent, shirts in the pool.
Thanks for
Thank you
coming
so
on.
much. For real. That was fun.